Hey guys, how you doing? It's Campionato TV. Um, First, we'd like to say that we hit a milestone of ours. We had 500 followers on Instagram. We also have got 10 subscribers on YouTube. Um, and we're happy about that. And it may not seem like a lot to you guys, but we are happy about that. And we're gonna thank you for that. Um, we need your guys' support if you want us to continue doing these videos. So make sure you subscribe, to our videos and follow us on Instagram and other platforms that we're on. Today we're going to be talking about the Serie A and the European competition this past week. For those that don't know, Inter, they played yesterday against Empoli and they won. So now they are currently in first place. Empoli started out the game and took the lead, but Inter, they proved to be far too much and came back and ended up winning the game. So they're currently in first place. We got to see what Napoli does today against Torino. It was 0-0 at the half, and I haven't checked on the score since. But they're really out of the race anyways, and I don't see them. I don't see that they're going to get anywhere near first place. But they'll definitely be in the top four. And they've made the Champions League for next year. AC Milan, they play tomorrow against Verona in Verona. Another tough game. I'm still going to stick to my guns. I think Inter, they're the strongest team in Italy. And, I think eventually they will get to first place. I think one of these last remaining games, AC Milan is going to slip up, draw, do something, and Inter is going to go to the top. And I think that they are the top team in Italy. So they should win the championship. What else? Juventus, they played yesterday against Genoa, relegation-bound Genoa, and they lost. I know it's not the strongest. Excuse me. I know it's not the strongest Juventus side, but that goes to show you how tough the league is when you have relegation-bound Genoa fighting for their lives to stay in Italian Serie A. And they ended up beating Juventus on the last-minute penalty kick by Criscito. So Genoa and Salernitana, they're making a push to get out of the relegation zone. Unfortunately, Venezia, with the two U.S. national team players, they're gonna be relegated. The last time they got a result, I can't even remember. So that's pretty much what's going on in the Serie A. We're going to move now to the Champions League, then the Europa League, then the Conference League. Because the Champions League is the top tournament, and the other two are under it. So we'll start off with Villarreal, Liverpool. I told you guys Liverpool is, it's pretty much done deal. They're going to go to the final. They had in my opinion, they had a very favorable knockout stage draw, with the exception of the Inter game, the Inter tie. But they had some things go their way in that tie as well that could have affected who progressed in that tie. But we're not going to get into that. I think I've went over that enough in my other videos. So Villarreal, they were down 2-0 going back to Spain. They start out the game very good, very aggressive, and they get the 2 goals they need. With Liverpool, they look like a lost puppy. And but at halftime, I don't know what was said by the Villarreal coach to his team. Maybe he said that we have tied the game. We need to be more cautious. Excuse me. We need to be more cautious, and we'll try to find a counterattack and score. I don't know if that was said, but it just seemed like they were a different team. They went out there and they were more less aggressive, and they ended up, conceding all these goals. Their goalie is I don't think is a top goalie. He let up a goal from this Fabinho guy. Basically, he was taking a shot from the corner far out, and he lets it go right through his legs. I mean, if you tried to do that numerous times, if you try to do that 100 times, maybe you get it one time. But it is what it is. They scored, and they're going to the final, and congratulations to them. I would have liked to have seen them lost, because those that know me know that I'm not a fan of Liverpool or any English team. I just and maybe I should be more lenient on them, but I cannot stand the English press and all of these Premier League fans that just downgrade so many teams and think that they're just like God's gift to football. That's good. You're having a good run. Be humble and go on with it. But anyways, Liverpool, they're going to the final, and they're going to play Real Madrid. Real Madrid, I think I said last week, they had a 35% chance of progressing against Manchester City. And I'll be the first one to tell you, after that guy Mahrez scored, I said that Real Madrid was done and dead. I mean, they were not doing nothing. I mean, they couldn't even get by the midfield. I said it while we were watching it. I said this game is over. Manchester City is going to go to the finals. So I was wrong, I'll admit. I did give them a chance, 35% chance of progressing to the final. And then the end of that game happened where they scored 2 goals and then the one in overtime. So congratulations to them. It's going to be Real Madrid versus Liverpool. And, I see this game is a tough game, and I really don't know which way it's going to go. But we'll see. For Liverpool, I see all these posts for Mohamed Salah saying that, we're going to get revenge. And, to me, that's bulletin board material. There's no revenge to be had. Okay? Sergio Ramos knocked you out of the final a couple years ago. And he's not even on the team anymore. So what revenge do you want? All right? Real Madrid, I'm pulling for Real Madrid. My fellow Italian, Carlo Ancelotti, he's the coach over there, and I hope he brings home the Champions League for Real Madrid, and that's it. This Liverpool team, they have they're still playing for a league, and Real Madrid, they have nothing to play for. They won the league already. They could rest all their players until this game. And I know some people may say, they may be out of form and all this other nonsense, but I see the Real Madrid team, they're going to put all their eggs. I'm tired today. They're going to put all their eggs in the basket for the Champions League, and hopefully they win the Champions League. So that's it for that tournament. I just, it's going to be a tough game, and I guess we'll see what happens. I really don't know. I don't know. I'll go out on a limb. I'll say Real Madrid. They're gonna win. I mean, look at them. Look at them. All right. You look at what they did. They beat PSG. They beat Chelsea, the defending champion, and they beat Manchester City, a team that spends billions of dollars, not billions, but a lot of money buying all these players, and they still can't win. You know, if you look at comparable opponents that Liverpool and Real Madrid played, they both played Inter, and I would say, you know, Inter, they gave Real Madrid a hard time, but they lost to them twice. You know, the second game, you know, Barella got kicked out, so that may have contributed to it. But, you know, in Inter, they beat Liverpool once, and they lost to them once. I think overall, I think Real Madrid may be a little bit stronger. Very fast team, very experienced coach. So we'll see. I'll go, you know, that the little edging toward Real Madrid that they're gonna win it. So, now we're gonna go on to the Europa League. We had Rangers versus the German team, Red Bull. I forgot who it was. And they ended up winning the game, I believe 3-2. They won the game 3-2, Rangers. And now they're heading to the final. And the other game was Frankfurt versus West Ham, and Frankfurt won. So, not knowing too much about these teams, I'm not gonna get too much into depth. I love the fandom for Frankfurt. Same thing with Rangers. But I'll have to go with Frankfurt. It's a very odd final. Usually, you know, there's more noticeable teams in this competition's final. You know, I'll be interested to see who wins. Then that team will have to play the Champions League winner in the UEFA Super Cup before the start of the 2022-23 season. And then finally, we have the UEFA Conference League. Roma, they beat Leicester City. Feyenoord, they beat Marseille. And so it's going to be Feyenoord versus AS Roma. You know, good win by AS Roma. You know, I see a lot of people, you know, I'm just tired of this. You know, people, they're downplaying, you know, Italian soccer, saying, oh, how come, you know, it's so sad that, you know, 5th place Italian team, they can't beat 10th place English Premier League team, yada, yada, yada. That's just nonsense. I mean, this is a semifinal. Whatever standing you are in your league, it doesn't mean anything. It's a semifinal. It's always going to be tight, and very rarely does a semifinal or a high level game, you know, the score is like ridiculously out of hand, unless you're Liverpool and you got to play, you know, Benfica. And yeah, unless you're Liverpool or Manchester City, you got to play Sporting or Benfica, and you get these cream puff games in the Champions League. But anyways, so I'm just annoyed with these people that say this kind of stuff. Like the Italian league is weak because, you know, a 5th place team can't even beat the 10th place Leicester City. This is a semifinal, all right? It's always going to be tough. You know, Mourinho, he's an experienced coach. He's not going to go out there and try to, you know, play like gangbusters and just go, you know, going for goal and leaving his team open. It's a semifinal. He's going to play compact. He went to Leicester City, got a 1-1 draw. That's a fair result. It's not how you get there, you know? And then he went home, had 80,000 fans on his side, and he got a goal, and they saw it out, and they got to the final. That's it. Leicester City is not a slouch team. For anybody that knows anything about soccer, will know that the past couple seasons they were a top 5, top 4 team in England. They won the league when Claudio Ranieri, another Italian, was the coach there. I think last year they won the FA Cup in England, a game that Chelsea and Liverpool are playing this year. So this is not like a cupcake team. I don't care that they're in 10th place. It's not an easy team. And Roma won, and they're on to the final. It was a very emotional game. You saw Mourinho was crying, and all the, this Tammy Abraham, he was very happy. But, I don't want to see this kind of stuff. Keep doing your job and win the cup. That's it. Even though it's not the Champions League. Mourinho did the same thing when he was with Inter. He won, and then some big money club threw all this money to him to go, and he left, like Real Madrid. So if some team from the Premier League opens this big suitcase of money, what's Mourinho going to do? Is he going to stay loyal to his project, or is he gonna go jump ship? Well, if you're crying and you're all happy, you should probably see out your contract and finish it. And maybe he will, but I want to see him and the likes of the other guy, Tammy Abraham, what they do if some big money team comes calling. Are they going to see out their contract, or are they going to just say adios? But we'll see. But nevertheless, I think the advantage for the Conference League, would be Roma. I mean, they got an experienced coach who's won several European championships. So we'll see. I hope Roma wins it. I mean, they never won a European competition before. Last time they were this far, it was against Liverpool in the Champions League final. And, you could go and YouTube that yourself and see the great calls made by the referees and, how that affected Roma progressing to the final. But anyways, I think Roma has the edge to win that, and I think that Frankfurt has the edge to win the Europa League. So, having said that, I just also would like to talk about what I said in the video, how I always see the media and people, talking badly about Italian soccer. Just last night on I'm not gonna say the name, but on another station, I hear all these English pundits, and they have a famous Italian soccer player on there. They're talking about Italian soccer, and they're just bashing it, saying, "Oh yeah, all the teams in Europe this year, the Italian teams, they got knocked out, and there's nobody left." Well, I mean, Roma, they're in the Conference League final, right? I mean, I know it's not the Champions League, but they're in the Conference League final. How many English teams are in a final? The only one I see is Liverpool. Yeah, it's the Champions League, but that could easily have been Inter. So, I realize that the Italian soccer, it's not, as strong as it used to be, but that's why we're here, and, we're trying to, help it get back to where it should be. And it's not that far off. All these pundits, they're talking badly about Italian soccer. They don't mention the facts. They mentioned Roma's in the Europa Conference League. But last year, I believe Roma, they were in the Europa League semifinal against Manchester United, and they didn't make it to the final. I was very, I was not happy with that game because of, again, refereeing calls. Go look at the highlights. In the first leg, a penalty kick was given. I don't even know what it was given for. But anyways, Manchester went and they lost to Villarreal in that So there's another game. Roma, they went to the Europa League final a year ago. I forgot what year. I think it was like 2017 and 19. Juventus, they made it to the final of Champions League. I think 2 years ago, Inter, they made it to the final of the Europa League, and they lost to Sevilla. So Atalanta, they made it to the quarterfinals against PSG. They were a minute away from making it to the semifinals. Roma, they made it to the semifinals of the Champions League. It goes on and on and on, you know. So it's not, we're not, you know, where we want to be, but I think this constant trashing of Italian soccer is really unnecessary, and these people, they need to go look up history and the facts. You know, so you know, go look up UEFA.com, the UEFA coefficient. The Italian soccer is third in coefficient. That means that they've been the third most successful teams. They have the third most successful teams in Europe. You know, the English league is number 1, and the Spanish is number 2. You know, so the Italian soccer is not like number 12. So that's just what I wanted to, you know, another thing I want to talk about is that it's really annoying that these people keep trashing the Italian game. You know, Italian national team is the European champions. That was not a fluke. I mean, they had to play some serious competition, unlike the English, where they had this. They were allowed to stay at home every game, with exception of one. And yeah, our club teams they haven't been as successful as we'd like them to, but they have done some stuff. Some changes are definitely needed, but you know, there's just this constant negativity and trashing of Italian soccer is just pathetic, and it's just to me it's jealousy that these people they're so jealous of Italian soccer that they feel like when, you know, we're not being as successful, they gotta trash it. Yeah, they didn't make the World Cup 4 years ago. They didn't make it this year. What are you gonna do? I mean, they should have made it, but also they had a lot of injuries to their starting team. So, what else do I have here? You know, these Premier League announcers, they watching after the you know, Real Madrid game, you know, they're just disrespectful, saying Real Madrid's lucky, this and that. You know, they just have such an arrogance about them, like they think that their soccer is the end all be all, and it's not even their soccer. If you look at their teams, they're mostly made up of foreigners. They don't even have English soccer coaches. So, you know, and also, you know, some of these English people, they have such a low knowledge of soccer. I mean, some of these people are saying, you know, Van Dijk is the best central defender ever. Are you kidding me? You know how many great defenders there are out there? I mean, I'll just name Italian ones, but they don't even, that guy doesn't, he's a good defender, but he doesn't even come close to these guys. Maldini, Nesta, Cannavaro, Chiellini, Bonucci, the list goes on and on. So, that's good. You guys are having success, but, you know, you guys need to remain humble, because the way you act, people just continue to go against you. And a perfect example is last summer when Italy was playing England in the final. Nobody wanted England to win besides English people, and then the Italians they won it. And don't say, oh yeah, they went to penalty kicks. Go look at the statistics. The Italians, they had like 20 shots, 6 on target for like 70% possession. The English, they had like 6 shot, 1 on target for like 30% possession. So, well, anyways, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe.